Special thanks to List Perfectly for help making this event happen. Follow the QR code for 1 month free on your new List Perfectly subscription. What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. I am in the middle of the state and I'm heading to Plains to Profit, which... where is it again?
Omaha!
Thanks, Peyton Manning. I appreciate it. So we're heading to Omaha. It's gonna be a long drive yet, but the weather is so nice already. So I'm a few hours from home and I stopped to visit Tim, guy that used to work for me and run my eBay store, and he gave me some gifts. Baskets for my basket collection. This one's a Merit basket, cigarette company I've never heard of. The Best Buy one's really cool, and a Michaels one. And then there's also 2 copies of Miracle on 34th Street, and a Kmart wrench, and I'm not gonna pull this all the way out, but he bought a machine shop that closed, and they made these. It's a broom handle, but it's made of like the antimicrobial stainless steel, designed to be used in like clean rooms and surgical places. He's got a bunch of these from that place that closed, and so he gave me one. So I made it to my hotel. I'm in the middle of Iowa. I've been in the car all day. But on the bright side, there is a glimmer of Christmas joy at my hotel. Just a glimmer though. This is it. Little bit of Christmas. So we'll do a quick room tour. Got a fancy schmancy place. It's got 2 beds, so naturally, to get my money's worth, I'm going to sleep for 4 hours in one of the beds, set my alarm to wake up, and then sleep the other 4 hours in the other bed. That way I really get my money's worth out of this place. Got a fridge down here, we've got a microwave, and usual hotel room stuff. This is a pretty fancy place. There's a pool and a hot tub downstairs, so I might go relax a little bit. And then we've got the bathroom here. We've got a toilet, but I don't know that you're gonna get much down that drain. So I might have to use the sink. So I basically just did a beeline here. I stopped to hang out with Tim where he lives, but other than that, it's been nonstop. I am 2 hours from Omaha, so that means I've got lots of time tomorrow to do some thrifting, maybe even hit some estate sales. Because I've got like all day. I don't need to leave, I'm in Des Moines. I don't need to leave Des Moines until like 3 p.m. Look at this, my hotel has a hair dryer. And if I have multiple hairs that I need to dry, I've got 2 more down here. So it is Thursday morning. I have to be in Omaha for dinner tonight, but also I've got an 11 o'clock meeting on my phone. So I've got like 45 minutes to kill. I saw Goodwill right around the corner when I pulled into the hotel, so I think we're gonna go check that out. So I'm at Goodwill. I have never in the past like decade done well at an Iowa Goodwills, but it's right here and I've got about half an hour to kill, so let's see if we find anything. The shelves are just so bare here and there's not much in an electronics section, which is my specialty. Oh man, I bought I think like 20,000 of these once at ASD. I bought them from someone on the train who was actually presenting at ASD. It's weird to see it here. Not a thing. Not even so much as a Miracle on 34th Street. So, I found an estate sale. Doesn't look like much so far. This basement's weird. It's framed in, it's got egress windows, it's plumbed in for a bathroom, but it's completely unfinished. However, the bottom of the stairs here, just the landing at the bottom of the stairs is finished. So not a whole lot there. I got an old shaver and a hard drive. I spent $5 combined. I should get about 30 to 40 for the shaver. Hard drive, I don't know what size it is, so tough to say, but I'll get at least $10 throwing it in the auction. And I'm locked. They didn't really advertise as much. It was on Facebook Marketplace. And they asked me what I'm doing Saturday. There aren't even any signs out. I wasn't even sure walking up if it was open because there were no signs at the road or anything like that. But they asked me, hey, what are you doing Saturday? They told me that I can come and take whatever I want for free. I can bring a trailer. I'm gonna be at Plains to Profit Saturday, and I don't have room for furniture and stuff, but if this were local, I would clear them out and just auction it all off. Finally made it. You can see the hotel straight ahead. So I'm going up to check on the room before I bring in the carts full of stuff. This hotel, the DoubleTree, is known for free cookies. And so they gave me 2, and I want to see how many of these I can collect over the course of the weekend. They fixed the fancy elevator. This one was not working last time, but you get the nice view outside. Last year, we also didn't have cold water, only hot water. The toilets were scalding water. Apparently, they're having the same issue this year. So this is the room. And it's pretty fancy here. Welcome, John. And then we got a view right out front, and that is my truck down there full of supplies that I need to bring up here. I think I'll take the elevator. I'm working on the final giveaways for Planes to Profit, and I'm bringing an autographed picture, and I'm very curious to see how long before one of the prize winners picks that. I think it's stupid, but I know a lot of people would be interested in that. I don't know how many people at Planes to Profit would be interested in that, but it'll be interesting. That might be one of the side quests on the Planes to Profit video. How long before that picture gets taken? So every time I do a conference, I like to show it's in the swag bag, but since I'm actually hosting this conference, I know it's in the swag bag, so it's not gonna be a surprise for me, but I feel like I can show you guys what's all in here. We got some decent stuff in here, stuff that I'm excited about, but right now, it is a day before I'm leaving, so I have to fill all of these up. I don't know if I put one of these in. They get 2 if I didn't, or if I did. I have to do this like 1,000 times, but let me show you what everybody's getting. For starters, we've got these fancy bags here. We've got the sponsors on them. I feel like a drawstring backpack is something that somebody is more likely to use than a tote bag, but we've also got an eBay branded tote bag, and in it is an eBay hat. Nice embroidery on here. These were provided by eBay, and they even packed them up nicely like this. Next, provided by List Perfectly, is going to be one of these big, it's like an IKEA bag. People like to use them to bring their packages to the post office. They're good for going to garage sales and estate sales. So that's going in here. Now stickers, we've got this from List Perfectly. We've also got this one, and we've got this one, all provided by List Perfectly. We've got a Planes to Profit sticker. It's got 3rd annual on the top. It's got the year. We've got a Resale Rabbit sticker for Planes to Profit, similar to the one that I did last year. And then we've got a regular Resale Rabbit sticker. So those are all going in. List Perfectly also sent notepads and pens, and it's good because we need pens. And then we're also putting some snacks in here for anybody who wants them. Now, in addition to that, they're going to get a bingo card here. You have to get someone to sign each one of these, and they're not all different. They're like 3 different ones in here. You got to get someone to sign each one of these based on what they do, and you fill it up, you get entered for another door prize. We've also got a scavenger hunt card here. When we're out thrifting, if you find 10 of these, they don't need to buy them, they just need to find them. It's kind of the honor system. They'll also get entered for another prize. And then of course there is the Planes to Profit t-shirt with the logo here. And then we've got the sponsors on the bottom. It's actually a really high quality shirt. I had these made locally. These were not online, and I really like the quality. But I completely forgot when I set up the ticketing website to add a question, what's your shirt size? So I don't have anybody's shirt size. So I had to buy extras to make sure everybody gets one in the size they want. Hopefully we don't run out of any of the sizes. And when they show up to pick up their bags and register, we're just gonna ask their shirt size and then grab the right size and put it in the bag as well. I just realized I kind of cheaped out on the stickers. So these are the stickers that I made for this year. They're Resale Rabbit Planes to Profit ones. I made them the same size as these stickers, which I've always used. And then I made the official Planes to Profit sticker a little bit bigger. But I just realized last year's sticker was much bigger. I do not remember it being that much bigger, but it's too late to fix it now. So that's just how it's gonna have to be. I'm packing this up, getting it ready to go, and these grommets are every 2 feet on the top and bottom, but there are none on the side. So I'm adding some. One in the middle, I think will suffice. Now we've got a grommet fixed in place here. It's amazing the tools you end up with in this business. Found this thing in a storage unit and I just knew I would need it. You just fill this up and it automatically loads them right to the end here. Being a hoarder always pays off. Unfortunately, the back got a little bit dirty, but that entire 20-foot by 8-foot backdrop fits in one shopping cart. So this is what a whole reseller conference looks like packed up in boxes. Here's a callback to the old days. This exact box, this specific one, I used to have in the Rabbit van when I was on the road full time. I had some shipping supplies in it, I think. I don't remember, but now we're taking it to Omaha and it's got tools and office supplies and stuff. It's literally sat in the supply closet untouched since my last, multiple months long trip across the country thrifting. It'll be happy to get used again. And I guarantee you this has been to Omaha before. And these 2 red boxes I actually bought in Omaha. They were from the hoarder house and they were full of inventory when I left Planes to Profit last year. Now they're going right back. So these 4 boxes are empty and I can fill with inventory on the way there and back. And most of the other 4 boxes will be emptied out at Planes to Profit. It's giveaways and stuff. I've also got the back seat. This is all the giveaways for door prizes. That's the tools, and this is like extra stuff. So those 2 boxes might come back. This one will be emptied out. So we'll have lots of room to fill this up on the ride back too. So it is, hold on. It is 10:22 p.m. I need to leave tomorrow morning. Let's get out of here. Bye, Scissor Lift. I'll see you in a few days. Oh, I missed that scissor lift. Special thanks to the Locals Heartland Tour for donating giveaways for this year's event. Click the link in the description to see my interview on the Locals YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Ryan has some great content. It's been a long time since I brought in a luggage cart like this into a hotel room. And there's still more downstairs. I'm gonna need to make 2 trips. So this is gonna be stuff needed for check-in tomorrow. This is gonna be stuff for the speaking part the next day. And that's all the luggage. And Christiana's flight should be landing anytime now. So I just got there, got to sit and chat with people, and then now I have to go pick something up. There she is. So we've got a big group here. Our shuttle just got here. We're gonna go get some food.
Anne's gonna sit on my lap. I drove through Pelham. Not a native, but I've lived there for a very long time.
Well, it was 94 in Topeka. And I drove for a couple hours.
I was just given a gift. He says they're my problem now. But this will put me over 400 copies. All right, me and my miracle on 34th Street, we're going to bed. Registration starts tomorrow and the bus. It's gonna be fun. So it is Thursday officially, no, it's Friday officially, the first day of Planes to Profit. I'm heading down for breakfast and then we're gonna do check-in in the lobby. So we are looking for places to do it next year. And right across the way in that building might be where we do Planes to Profit next year. Seems like a much better place. Got a full luggage cart here for check-in. They've been doing that all morning. It's very frustrating. Hey, can I get a cookie, please? That's 3 so far. Bus is here. I did a head count, and then I ran back inside to make sure we're not missing anyone. And we were missing one. So first stop of the day is at the Goodwill outlet. We're doing a scavenger hunt, and a spiral bound cookbook is on the list.
But it does have a library card in it.
Size tags and fabric.
I missed them. I feel like you need a goat.
I have you already.
I am the goat. Wow, that's animal abuse.
Are you gonna buy it for me?
No, you're gonna buy it for you.
No shit.
Wow.
Okay, give it here. No, no. No. Oh,
Here, you want me to hold that for you?
You're so nice. You're such a good guy.
first edition.
No, it does not say that.
1967.
I'm gonna read this book so I can understand you better.
Understanding Poverty. Oh, cool. Honestly, your mom was looking for this book. I'm gonna thanks. I got
Well, did you find anything cool?
Maybe. There's this Iridal rain dial. For parts, it's going for 40. Obviously, we've got no idea what condition it's in, but
That seems like a good find. Hey, Jameson, I found a book about your mom. It's even got her picture right there.
Brands I didn't recognize.
Looks like you got a full bag down
Yeah,
here.
it's a bunch of brands I didn't recognize. I always look at brands I don't know because, well, that's.
So you grab it and then you cop it out. That's right.
There you go.
So,
Take this in Wisconsin with you.
I don't think that'll fit in my carry-on.
Just drape it over your car.
Could do that. I'll leave it for you. I see another full bag. Find some good stuff.
oh yeah,
All sorts of different stuff.
I made good money on craft stuff.
Okay.
That's a winner. That's a cute little winner.
It's all stuff that I wouldn't even think to look at.
And this is one of my top selling categories on eBay. So don't pass up on the crafts, folks.
All right. That's how you can have 40 resellers go to one thrift store and not be on top of each other because we all sell different stuff.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite part. I go to the end of the bins and look through all the stuff people are throwing back. Find some good gems that way.
Classic. And when I used to spend the whole day at the bins, I would sit. I would just do a circle of the room once in a while. There's nothing else to do, and I'd look at the ends of the rows where people throw back shit.
We're at Thrift America. We got the whole gang coming off. This thing's cool. $100. I don't want to haul this back, but it's cool. Let's see if they'll go any lower on this. They're going for about, some of them are selling for like $600, some of them are selling for like $1,500 on eBay. They wouldn't discount it, but I think I can get about $1,200 for it on eBay. Worst case, there's some of them, like the used beat up ones are like $600. This thing sold hours after listing it, and I took a horrible photo, but I was in a rush to get it listed so it would sell beforehand. I got $1,022 after shipping and fees. It was almost $100 to ship, but it packed down pretty easily. If we go to the listing here, the handle came off right down here, these little tabs, and then it pulled apart into 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces, so it didn't take up a whole lot of space. And then this handle folded down flat, so it fits super easily in a box. I actually talked about this during the actual presentation that I did about don't be afraid to buy expensive things. Don't be afraid to buy oversized items. And that was both expensive and oversized. And within like 6 or 8 hours of listing it, it sold. I made $700 profit on it, even despite spending $300 on the thing. All right, let's get back to Omaha. Look at these things. I want no part of shipping this, but I bet there's some money in here. They want $100 each. They're going for about 450 plus shipping on eBay. How heavy are they? They're pretty heavy. I think I'm gonna pass. Playing with your dolls again?
If I'm lucky, hopefully I can afford this.
$2 for the Breaking Bad airplane crash doll.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
If I would have found that, I would have kept that thing. That thing is badass. That
don't
is
know
so
nothing
cool.
It's
about-
going for like
I just-
200.
Yep. They have them listed all the way up to 400 and something.
Very jealous. They found 2 of the coolest things today. Are you afraid of big things on eBay?
Somewhat.
I've got something for you if you're interested.
If it's a floor cleaner, I don't
It
want
is
it.
not. I'm buying that one.
All right, let's see.
$450 plus shipping. They want $99 each.
Would you buy them?
If they were $20.
Not for $99? Not for
100's a little
4
too-
times your money?
A little steep for me with how big they are and heavy.
Here's another fancy light. They've got some big stuff here. $200 for this one. This is from Toys R Us. I have one. I get the exact same one. They had this side and they also had Jeffrey inserts for these.
If they want a deal.
So you're getting a pallet of these.
Shower gel? No.
Why are you buying a pallet of shower gel?
Because they sell for like $12 a piece. And
Not bad.
So if we could sell them for $5 a piece,
And they're
this is
willing
a
to do
grand.
$30 a case.
That's pretty good.
So I got to take a shot.
Here's one of those crazy. Oh, look at all the Fuji.
Holy cornflower. 99 cents a piece for these remotes. These are good ones. I pair with the VCRs they go to. I usually have to pay like $20 to buy these. $2.99 for these. They're discontinued. Look how much they're selling for. I obviously only have one pack, but it's got to be $50. There you go, $49.96. Hopefully I can find some more because that's a home run. Well, what'd you find?
Bunch of these little voltage spike detectors. They do pretty good.
These are beer tap couplers, $3 each. They're going for about $35 a piece. These also have something to do with beer kegs, but I cannot figure out what they are. There's 2 of them here.
$20 for one. $20 a piece. But for matching sets, they're always more.
These yearbooks were $1 each last year when I was here. So I don't know if I mentioned in the video yet, but Forever yesterday offered us 15% off. We came here last year. So I want to give a special thanks to Forever yesterday in Omaha for the discount. Everybody's on the bus, but we're waiting on one. Mr. Rodney is still inside. Da-da-da! Da-da-da! Look at how close this is. You put an index card in there, that's about it. I got 2 more cookies, so that brings us up to 5. I'm planning on getting a lot this weekend. All right, time for dinner. Christiana's leading the way because this is the place she's excited about.
There's the other knee, Ron.
We're packed in here. We made it work. More up there. You want to get skinny? Eat at a skinny restaurant. We got kicked out. I think Christiana said something vulgar, so they threw us all out. So the wait was like an hour, so we left. And then I saw Jameson was already in there, so everybody else went to the restaurant. I have no idea where it is or what the restaurant's called, so I'm just walking, looking to see if I can find a group. They're not responding to my texts, so I'm just walking around downtown Omaha looking for a group of like 15 or 20 resellers. I know it's a Mexican place, there are like 10 of them right over here. So I don't know how much footage I'm gonna get, but we're heading to the old market. Turns out I need to replace the battery in my phone. It's getting really low. So we've got mud balls here. I bought a round for everybody. I guess it's the local delicacy. Cheers.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
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 She's down there.
Cheers. What did you steal this time? Been looking all over for him.
Mystery boxes here.
And I wonder if my sticker is still in here from last year. You looking for it?
Someone bought it, John.
It's gonna be much bigger than these. It was a 3-inch. Here's the one I want. And we made it back. We got a mystery box here. Garfield. We got a Garfield plush. He must have a cold. His nose is very red.
Yeah, I don't remember. Looks like a knockoff. I think it's. No, I don't know. I don't believe it's vintage.
It's Garfield.
Oh.
Little pencil case.
Yeah, or fanny pack, or purse. Well, let's see.
What else he has? Some stickers. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth 25 bucks. My Back to the Future one last year was the same thing. I thought it was worth it. I am so tired. It is Saturday morning. We're getting some breakfast and we're gonna go to some estate sales. So I spent $125 total. I got these vintage TWA Airlines bags. I don't know if I want to sell them. I don't know what they're worth. They're cool. But I also got this for $30. Now, the S9 is what's in this box. The S9 is going for about $120 used on eBay. The S8 that this box is for is actually in here. So I paid 10 bucks for it. That's going for about 75 used. This I'm probably gonna keep. I like vintage airline stuff. This was 25. I'm gonna try and get that marker off, but it had a bunch of pins with it. Most of it's just pin backs, but there was at least one somewhere in here that was an actual pin. It was very small, and I'm not seeing it now. The pin backs aren't worth much. This one here, I don't know if it's worth anything. This is kind of a gamble. It's cool though, and if it doesn't sell, I'll happily keep it. And then the big winner here, 10 bucks a piece for these Union Pacific license plates. These must be pretty rare. There are 3 matching ones, 2 with the black text, 1 with the green. They seem to be selling for anywhere from $60 to $100 on eBay. I paid 10 bucks each. So I'm back at the warehouse again. The license plates are doing really well, but here's what I found out about these. The ones that I found online just had the number 150, maybe 150 AP on them. All the ones that were listed and sold, there were 2 listed and I think 1 or 2 sold, are samples. They're not even real license plates. I've got the real deal here. So I looked at WorthPoint to get an idea. Some have sold in the past. Let me show you. We already sold 2 of them. First one here sold almost instantly, 165 bucks. It's $137.87 after fees and shipping. So that's $127 profit. The second one sold a few days later for $170, which nets me $150. I haven't shipped it yet, so probably about $143, something like that, after shipping and fees. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. Those were great at $10 each. I have one left. At the time that I'm filming, it is Saturday, the Saturday after I purchased them. So exactly 7 days after I bought them, but I only listed them on like probably Wednesday. So the third one will probably sell within the next few days. That was a really exciting one. Let me show you a trick to getting permanent marker off. Now I could use a magic eraser on this, but it's, you know, gonna take the shine off. So I'm taking this, which is a dry erase marker. I already tried cleaning it off with an alcohol wipe. And we're just gonna cover it up here. And then we'll take the wipe here. And it's not completely off. I'll need to do it a couple of times, but you can see it's a lot better now. Now this thing isn't in perfect condition, but you can see it's still kind of shiny. If I used a magic eraser on this, it would make it really dull, because a magic eraser is basically a very fine sander. So it's still a little smudged. I'll probably polish it up a little bit, but the lettering is completely gone. So for caught you. For 125, I've got the group waiting behind me, and I'm leading the way to the next sale. For 125, I'll do pretty well. I'll make that back on the 2 shavers, and those should sell pretty quick. So that should be about $450 to $500 for the items that I know. The Union Pacific little brass trinket box and the pin in there and the TWA bags, I have no idea. So, you know, pretty good markup right there. Although I really think I might hang on to those TWA bags. I like vintage airline stuff. I collect a lot of things, if you couldn't tell. You look like such a nerd. You need to put tape on the middle of those glasses.
Undercover.
You hear that, guys? The nerd is undercover. Nerd alert! I'm starting in my favorite part of the house, the basement. What do we have here? Oh, I'm guessing that's the couple who owned this place. Not a lot in this room, but I'm just getting started. There's no price on these, but these Mullen things are going for $70 each. They're like soap pumps. Found some Packers gear here in Nebraska. So I am gonna grab this set here. It's $75. These Dust Deputies are worth about $120 each on eBay. That'll pay for it, and then I'll have a free, pretty nice looking vacuum, assuming someone else doesn't buy it out from under me. This Fluger lure is gonna be $15 today. They want, or it's going for about $60 on eBay.
You're just on
That's
normal?
on Turkey.
Oh, it is on Turkey?
I'm gonna grab this. It's only $1.50. I bet someone will buy this if they have a metal so they can put it in a nice case. I think this will be it's a cheap gamble. Hey, Jeremy. I think he left this somewhere. It's got your name on it. Special thanks to eBay for sponsoring this year's event. I gotta be honest, I was super pumped when eBay agreed to sponsor, so huge shout out to them. So no luggage carts available, so I'm meeting with them to get the doors unlocked and hopefully we find one. And this is where we're going to be. We've got a view of the city here. Looks like we're getting coffee and water set up. It's a smaller room. Last year, we were in this room, which they said a pipe burst and flooded it. Honestly, it looks fine to me. Yeah, there is no issue in here. I'm very upset because this room is much bigger. It's got windows on both sides. This is a much better room than the one they moved us to. We got all sorts of giveaways here. We are set up, ready to go. So I want to see how many prizes go by before someone picks this one out.
Reselling journey. I'm going to share with you today, guys, how I went from a homeless drug addict to a 7-figure Amazon seller. But one thing that I will take
can do as List Perfectly is help everybody be a better reseller. I believe that in my soul, and I know that List Perfectly believes that also. Sounded like you said scam. That's what I know. Like, why reselling scams? SBARBS or whatever. I I don't know, scarves. Scarves. They're called scarves. Anyway, he. You should know that I named my. Everyone at this table. I still think it's good karma.
By the way, this was claimed by Riverbend Resale themselves.
It's gonna go in my man cave / YouTube background in the future, and I like it because it's like 10 years ago, John.
I should address it to you, that way you can't sell it on eBay.
Not getting sold, no worries.
Before I start, I just want to say thank you to all the other speakers. Despite John's wonderful introduction, I am not the, I don't think I'm the keynote here or anything like that. I think Jameson's story was really inspiring. I enjoyed it very much. Trish, I learned stuff from you every time. I don't know where you are.
Thank you.
You're right there. And of course, John had some great advice, so I really appreciate all that from you guys. This is me, again, former eBay employee and full-time reseller.
All right, we have a surprise this year that we actually haven't told anybody about yet. We're giving away John's vehicle. All right, we're gonna have John come up here and speak. He's got props and everything, so if you haven't learned anything yet, stay tuned. This one should be good, so I'm gonna turn it over to John.
Let me know what that is. How's everybody doing today? So today I'm going to give 4 tips that really help change my business, and I think can really help change your business too. These are things that a lot of resellers are kind of afraid to get into, and they're exciting things that really can be beneficial. So I've got some notes here, and I'm keeping my timer. My first year I spoke here, I spoke way too long. So my second year I tried to fix that, and I was way too short, so hopefully this year is just right. I've spent so much money on this. It's so sad to be cutting it apart.
Yeah.
So I thought it turned out pretty good. We actually got a luggage cart. I don't know if I was rushing too much if I filmed, but they had no luggage carts for us. So we had to steal carts from like maintenance areas to bring stuff up, and it was not fun. I don't know if I showed this on the video yet, but Doug and Kayla from Riverbend Resale gave me a stack of Miracle on 34th Streets, a cool metal sign for it, and this is really neat, a belt buckle for Dugan Oil Company. John, and that must be my ex-wife or something, Nadine, in Kansas from 1988. I've got one from them, but not this one already, so this is a cool gift. I really appreciate that.
Did you break it?
I have because of eBay Seller Circle. So without those things, I wouldn't have what I have. So Vicky and I really believe in it.
So, car's all loaded up. This room feels so empty. We are heading out. Planes to Profit, I think, was a pretty big success. A lot of the attendees, both new and returning, seem to be really happy with it. And I'm going to be reaching out to that hotel right there because I think we're going to do it there next year. So keep an eye out. I'll be announcing when we have the official dates and when tickets are available. I'm going to actually not wait till the last minute this year because as of now, I don't have the final numbers, but as of now, I ended up losing like $2,000. We did split it with Corey and Teresa from Grams and Pops. But so we're not making money on this. If we make a profit, I'm hoping to make a pretty good profit next year. And my goal is that profit will cover our stay, our hotel room, and everything that's left will go into the event. We'll, even if we're here on site, we'll go to Best Buy or something and get better, more prizes to give away. Or like there were a couple of times where we had most of the group out for dinner and everybody just kind of paid for their own. I would love to just pay for everybody's dinner there too if we've got extra funds. My goal with this isn't to make a profit. I'd like to have it not cost me money, but you know, put any extra money we have into the event, whether that would be paying for like better speakers to come. We had great speakers this year, but they came on their own dime. would like to be able to at least pay for their travel to get here, or to pay for, you know, more stuff for attendees. So I guess I never mentioned in the video, but what you're gonna see next, the banner that we cut up, the reason we cut it up is because I had everybody who was, at least everybody who was in the lobby at the last night, sign the little sections of banner, and we're gonna send those to the sponsors and the speakers and, you know, basically everybody involved. So here's how these turned out. I've got a little note for each person that we're writing on it. Speakers, sponsors. The sponsors are each getting their own logo. So eBay, the locals, and List Perfectly, and the speakers are getting just a section of the banner. There were a couple extra left over. Let me show you these. So I had these two professionally framed. These were the extras, and we're gonna give these away next year as two of the prizes. I put the stickers on here so you can see them. Really nice, professionally framed. I spent way too much money on this because they were supposed to call me with a price before they did it, and instead they just called me and said it was done. It ended up being like 150 bucks each. I'm gonna make my own frames if we do this again next year, but I think these turned out great. I think people will be excited to have these. I'm also sending some extra shirts and stuff to the sponsors. I don't think eBay's gonna want them, but List Perfectly and the locals, I'm sending some extra shirts and bags since we've got the extras and their logos are on them, but I think they're really gonna like these. Last but not least, a big thank you to Inked Picker and Grams and Pops Vintage for trusting Cristiano and I to take over the reins and run this show from here on out. And also thanks to Corey and Teresa from Grams and Pops Vintage for helping out this year and showing us the ropes.